So now let's move on to the electromagnetic force. So because fundamental particles, like electrons, would have their own non-local SUSY entanglement fields, those fields would have local interactions in and of themselves. But the interaction is the opposite of what happens in the future. So if locally we have these electrons repelling each other based off of the exchange of photons, then that would imply non-locally these SUSY particles are exchanging photinos, which are causing them to attract. So when all of these interactions non-locally occur at the same time, locally in the future, this is what happens between two particles. And if we reverse this, where the local interaction is attractive, then that would imply that the non-local interaction is repulsive. Now let's move on to the weak force. Now, I really don't understand any of this, but as I know it, if we have a local W boson emission where we have neutron splitting up into photons and electron antineutrino, which are smaller mass particles which made up this local particle. If we have an emission, then non-locally we would have an absorption. And maybe decay is caused by some of these non-local entanglements being cut, where smaller masses require fewer non-local entanglement particles. Next, let's move on to the strong force. So inside the proton, we have quarks, and quarks are held together by gluons, and the exchange of gluons is the strong force. The quarks are held together by this gluon interaction with inside the proton or hadrons. The strength of the strong force will decrease the closer these quarks are to each other, but the strength of the strong force will increase the farther away they are from each other. And if you pull one quark out, it will create a new quark-gluon interaction with a new hadron to conserve what was lost inside this process. I apologize if I am butchering all of this. And anyway, since quarks are fundamental particles, they would have the fewest amount of these non-local SUSY entanglements. Now, since the strength of the strong force decreases